In the early 1990s, one name reigned supreme in the world of dancehall, Shabba Ranks. With his unmistakable baritone voice, electrifying stage presence, and high-energy rhythms, Shabba wasn't just a performer, he was a phenomenon. He became Jamaica's first Grammy-winning dancehall artist, a pioneer who brought the sounds of Kingston into the global spotlight. From the streets of Jamaica to stages across the world, Shabba introduced millions to the pulse of dancehall music. But just as quickly as he ascended to global stardom, it all began to unravel. Controversial comments he made during a televised interview triggered intense backlash. Within months, the same industry that had embraced him began to shut him out. Record deals were cancelled, concert invites withdrawn, and radio airplay disappeared. So, what really happened to Shabba Ranks? How did one of dancehall's most powerful voices fall silent? And what has he been doing since? Let's dive into the rise, the fall, and the surprising resurgence of a true dancehall legend. The origins of a star-born Rexton Ralston Fernando Gordon on January 17, 1966, in Sturgetown, St. Anne, Jamaica. Shabba was raised in Seaview Gardens, a Kingston community that would go on to produce some of Jamaica's most celebrated dancehall acts. Music was all around him, while his father, Ivan Gordon, worked as a bricklayer before passing away in 1990. Shabba's mother, Constance, Mama Christie, remained in Seaview Gardens, relying on her son's growing income to help uplift the family and their community. As a teenager, Shabba got his first break, not on stage, but collecting bottles at an event where legendary DJ Josie Wales was performing. Instead of sticking to his job, Shabba was captivated by the performance, feeling the pull of the music in his bones. That moment lit a fire in him. Soon after, Josie Wales noticed the young man's passion and potential. One day, seeing Shabba with friends, he pulled him aside and encouraged him to choose a better path. Then invited him to the studio the next day. That studio session would change Shabba's life forever, from co-pilot to dancehall commander. Back then, Shabba performed under the name Co-Pilot. His first track, Heat Under Sufferer Feet, caught the attention of legendary producer King Jammy, a key figure in the evolution of dancehall music. Recognizing his raw talent, Jammy brought Shabba into his circle, giving him a platform to sharpen his skills. It wasn't long before Co-Pilot was replaced by a new name, Shabba Ranks, a name that would echo through the dancehall world. In 1988, he released his debut album, Rappin' with the Ladies, through an independent label in Queens, New York. While the album didn't break into the mainstream, it began to build Shabba's reputation throughout the Caribbean and immigrant communities abroad. The following year, he dropped Just Reality, an album that featured the now iconic track, Dembo. That track laid the groundwork for what would eventually evolve into reggaeton, a genre that would take Latin America and the world by storm. Shabba was no longer just making waves. He was reshaping the soundscape of global music. The Grammy years. As his profile grew, major U.S. labels began to notice. Epic Records came calling, offering a major contract that would catapult Shabba into the mainstream. In 1990, he released As Raw as Ever, a breakout album featuring hits like Wicked in a Bed and House Call with Maxi Priest. The album was a commercial success and earned Shabba his first Grammy Award for Best Reggae Album, a milestone that made him the first dancehall artist to take home the trophy. He followed that success with Extra Naked in 1991, another chart topper that won him his second consecutive Grammy. The album featured hits like Ting-a-Ling, Slow and Sexy with Johnny Gill, and the crossover anthem that would define his career, Mr. Loverman. Interestingly, Mr. Loverman was a reimagined version of Champion Lover, originally performed by British Guyanese singer Deborah He Glasgow, who tragically passed away in her 20s from lymphoma. Shabba re-recorded the track with Chevelle Franklin, dedicating it to Deborah He's memory. With that single, Shabba wasn't just representing dancehall, he was helping it dominate global pop charts. The controversy that changed everything, but as his star continued to rise, an interview in late 1992 would derail everything. During a British television appearance, Shabba was asked about fellow artist Buju Banton's controversial track Boom Bye Bye, which was criticized for its lyrics perceived as promoting violence against the LGBTQ+ community. In response, Shabba doubled down, saying those who went against the Bible's teachings deserved to be crucified. He emphasized his belief that procreation should only occur between a man and a woman, aligning himself with extreme interpretations of biblical doctrine. The backlash was immediate and overwhelming. The host challenged him live on air. Advocacy groups condemned his remarks. Promoters pulled out. Tours were cancelled. Record labels backed away. Radio stations stopped spinning his tracks. Shabba was even labeled a potential threat by UK authorities, and he was removed from Bobby Brown's UK tour. Although he later issued a public apology, admitting his comments were wrong and expressing regret, the damage had already been done. The industry had moved on. Retreat from the spotlight. After being dropped by his label and facing mounting criticism, Shabba made the decision to step away from music. He shifted his focus to his personal life, choosing to prioritize family over fame. He had married his longtime partner Michelle in 1992, and together they raised 2 sons, Rexton Jr. and Jawan, eventually relocating to the United States. While he largely stayed out of the public eye during this time, his legacy endured. His music continued to influence new artists and DJs, and his fashion, style, and sound became touchstones of the genre. Return of the dancehall general. Years later, with his children grown and the cultural climate changing, Shabba began to test the waters for a comeback. In 2011, he released None of Dem, a single that marked his quiet re-entry into the music scene. The following year, he collaborated with rapper Tech N9 on Boy Toy, and in 2013, ASAP Ferg released the hit song Shabba, a tribute to the legend himself. The track went viral, and Shabba even made a cameo in the music video. He later teamed up with Migos and Busta Rhymes for the remix. In 2024, over a decade after stepping away from the spotlight, Shabba made a powerful return. He appeared at a special event honoring Beverly Kelso, the last surviving member of the original Wailers, reminding fans of his deep roots in Jamaican music history. Later that year, he performed at Reggae Land Festival in England, his first major UK appearance in years, and then again at Reggae Love Fest in New York City. The dancehall general was back. Legacy, lifestyle, and the road ahead. Today, Shabba Ranks resides in New York with his wife and children. He owns a stunning 5,000-square-foot home, complete with original woodwork, a gourmet kitchen, multiple garages, and lush landscaping, a peaceful retreat from the pressures of his past fame. Despite the controversies that once defined his public image, his contributions to music remain undeniable. Shabba helped bring dancehall to the world stage. He broke records, won awards, and influenced generations of artists, from Sean Paul to Popcan, from Burna Boy to Bad Bunny. He was a trailblazer, a voice of the streets, and a symbol of dancehall's golden era. So now, we turn it over to you. Was Shabba Ranks unfairly cancelled? Or were the consequences of his comments justified? Has time given us the perspective to recognize his legacy despite his mistakes? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into music history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories about the legends who shaped the soundtracks of our lives.